Good morning. This is Woody, live from Guernsey. Myself, Mag, and JD from History Underground arrived in Guernsey yesterday afternoon. We are here on the kind invitation of Visit Guernsey and later in the week Visit Alderney to help promote the incredible, and I mean incredible, opportunities there are to see World War II stuff here in the Channel Islands. We are on our second exploration day. We were out yesterday afternoon. We went to the tunnels, the underground hospital, which I took some amazing footage there. I couldn't do any live streaming from there because I was underground, and the signal, of course, there is no signal. Today we've been out with, and we are still out, and we're going to be out all day with Amanda Johns, a local accredited tour guide who is showing us, I mean, I can't even begin to tell you what exciting stuff we're seeing. I've just been inside something filming. No signal down there. I will put all this content out when I get back to Normandy sometime later this week. Hi, everybody. Hi, Scott. Hi, Willie. Hi, Mongo. So where am I? Well, out there is the sea, obviously. This is Guernsey. We're on a bit of high ground here. And what am I near? Well, I'm near a bit of a grassy field, and there's a tree there, and there's the car we came in. So I'm here because there's a gun battery here. Now, I'm from Normandy. Well, we have Pointe du Hoc. Maybe if you go up towards the other side of Caen, up towards Deauville, you've got Montcenisy there, you've got Crisbec, Asville. Here we have Batterie Mirus. So Batterie Mirus was fucking enormous, right? We are talking about 4 30.5 centimeter guns. This is 12-inch guns. These were from a First World War battleship. And we've seen the photos of these 4 guns being brought here where they towed each gun up behind 4 linked together German half-tracks. I've got photos of this stuff I'll show you in later properly conceived productions of World War II TV. And this is one of these gun emplacements. I don't know how you can even see the scale of me. That's the problem. The scale is amazing. And we've just been downstairs underground. So this is just one gun site. And downstairs is a whole labyrinth of rooms, a mechanic's shop, officers' quarters, crew quarters, gas protection, etc., etc., etc. There's more rooms in this single gun position of a 4-gun battery than there are at Pointe du Hoc in its entirety. And we are here on the kind invitation, I say, Visit Guernsey, but also the volunteers for Festung Guernsey, a voluntary group who in their spare time restore this stuff. Now, I'm not going to take you very far into this because I'm going to lose signal as soon as I go around the corner. But there is the entrance to Batterie Mirus, or this one gun position, which, as you can see, had rail lines. And we've been in there, and I took some footage, and then JD is in there filming right now. Mag is in there. I mean, this is insane. So we're here. Kind of going to be a dramatic here. Woody's going to get all dramatic. So we're here. This is a work trip. We're having great fun. And we were invited by Visit Guernsey to, as I said, promote their World War II tourism. But people should be coming here in their thousands. If you are watching this, and if you're watching this, it's because you're a World War II buff, you should be thinking about getting your ass to Guernsey, because it is insanely brilliant here. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how cool this stuff is. Now, I must be clear. This particular site is not open to the public regularly. You have to come here with a tour guide who gets you permission to come in as part of the Festung Guernsey. But it's all possible, and we will be adding links to all these organizations as myself and JD create this content over the next few days. So, I mean, I don't need to try and sell this. This stuff is flipping brilliant, okay? I mean, I can understand why Nick Luray has his podcast talking about this stuff. It's just brilliant. This stuff is cool. So maybe now we're the other side of the gun position. You can get an idea of the scale now because you've got a little house. There's a barbecue there, right? This is whopping. Let me walk you around it, okay? And obviously this is certainly part of it. So obviously there's more German concrete over here. And one of the gun positions is in a school these days. So the actual gun circle has been kind of made safe into like an amphitheater. Another one, her lady has it in her back garden. This is the only one that we can visit with a tour. I say with a tour guide. It's flipping enormous, right? I'm just, you know, it takes me a minute to walk around the damn thing, okay? And all of this work is done by volunteers. This stuff is just brilliant. Can you get an idea of the scale? Is this coming across? A 30.5 centimeter gun sat there. And well, you can see in the comment there, Scott says Woody is in World War II heaven. Me and JD and Mag are walking down there like with these beaming smiles. We went to the underground hospital yesterday, which we just took the most amazing footage there. And Mag was a bit nervous about going inside, you know, claustrophobia, a bit dark, dripping water from the ceilings. We thought we'd been in there for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We've been there for an hour and a quarter. Time just boom, like went past it so quickly. And yet we're ostensibly looking at empty rooms. And what we were doing here was essentially empty rooms. And this is why we're going to be here, to try and bring some of this basic emotion and enthusiasm for this, because maybe you've seen some websites where you've seen pictures of these for things. Oh yeah, okay, it's a gun position. Yeah, okay, it's concrete. I've seen some concrete. I've been to Normandy. I've been to Denmark. I've been to guys, girls, people, folks, followers. You've got to try and get yourself over to Guernsey to see this. We're only on our first full day. We've got 3 more days of this stuff to do. I can't believe how excited I am to see all this stuff. So this is essentially just a teaser, because we're going to be making proper content. JD will be doing his exploration videos seen by his 700,000 followers. I'm going to be interviewing the various people I meet this week back from proper World War II TV land in my normal live environment, so you can ask questions and put questions. These little live spontaneous things are just teasing, just to whet your appetite for the stuff there is to see here. And I think the complexity that we're going to get into is that people maybe haven't got the interest because obviously there was no invasion here. These guns didn't ever have to engage, you know, American battleships offshore. There wasn't a hard-fought battle of, I don't know, US Rangers pushing up over here. The resistance to the Channel Islands wasn't going up and blowing up trains and things like that. So people may be thinking, well, nothing really happened there. But the nothing that really happened there is significant. If I've learned one thing already, and Paul, the guy at the underground hospital yesterday, said, every German working on this stuff, and we've just seen the photos of the construction here. I mean, it's just insane. They're taking these 4 fucking great big guns through these little narrow streets up, and then they're having to make each gun position separately because the crane is erected over the gun circle. The gun circle I just showed you, a crane is erected over this stuff for weeks. And then all the concrete, the circle is made, then all the earth comes into landscape around this. And then each one has a different time scale because the crane can only be in one place at one time. So hundreds of workers, hundreds of man hours, huge amounts of materials, concrete, steel, wiring, all the stuff going in here. And all this effort that's here, therefore, isn't being used somewhere else. So the Germans are doing less at, I don't know, Cherbourg. They're doing less. So the Channel Islands, folks, is amazing. So the guys have come out now. So I'm actually going to grab Amanda and have her just give a couple of minutes about where the hell we are and what we're doing. So, but you can tell Woody's very excited by this stuff. JD, are you excited by this stuff?
It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
It's cool. So I've just explained to the folks there that this is a voluntary organization, Festung Guns, and this isn't readily available to visit on your own, but you can visit it. So briefly, give us the historical thumbnail sketch of the battery we're at now.
So we're one of the 4 gun emplacements for Batterie Mirus, housed the largest guns in the whole of the Channel Islands. They were 30.5 centimeters or 12 inches being the diameter of the barrel of the gun, could fire anywhere between 32 and 42 kilometers. We, in each of these gun emplacements, could have housed up to about 70 crew. And we've had a look through some of the rooms where the crew would have been housed. So they would have been sleeping here, showering here, everything would have been going on inside this bunker.
Wow. And we're going to be talking to you when we get back and do a proper interview with you. But what maybe is the one single thing that you want to convey about why people should come to Guernsey to see this? I was just saying that, you know, these shots didn't engage American battleships in a big dramatic duel. The resistance here was more discreet. They weren't going up, blowing up trains. So maybe people think, well, you know, this isn't where the war happened. Have you got like a pet phrase you say to convince people to come in why this stuff is important?
Okay, really important. The Germans took the importance to the highest level in the fact that they poured nearly 10% of all the concrete that was poured into the Atlantic Wall was poured into the Channel Islands. And if you were to count every gun position, every searchlight position, every bunker, just in Guernsey, nearly 1,000.
Yeah.
On an island that's 25 square miles roughly.
Well, thank you very much, and we will return to you and bring you in later on. But folks, I hope my excitement for this stuff is coming across to you now, because I mean, my God, it's so cool. And I feel we've only just tapped. So we've got 2 more of these positions to go to today. We've got other things. We've got Alderney. We've got the Odeon position in Alderney, which is a 5-story bunker. This stuff is incredible. So there we are. I'm going to end it now because my problem is going to be keeping my phone charged up to bring you all this stuff, because I'm taking the footage to use later on the proper produced shows, and I'm doing these live stuff now just to say to get you all excited about this stuff. But my God, folks, you got to get yourselves over here. But in the meantime, I will see you probably twice more today if the signal is okay to tell you more about where I'm going. But in the meantime, click like and subscribe. Use the hashtag Visit Guernsey if you're talking about what we're doing today. Try and get people talking about these things. Look at our Channel Islands playlist and basically spread the word about what there is to see here. But I will see you all again later on. Cheers, everybody. Bye.